How y'all doing? It's a pajama jam, right? It's a pajama jams. Okay, so I don't feel out of place. I feel completely in place. Y'all, let's get into this review. Ready to Love, season 9, episode 5. Baby, things are heating up. Yeah, they're heating up. But before we go ahead and get into it, I need you guys to do me a favor. If this is your first time here, sit back, relax, watch the video through. And if you like what you see, you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're one of my lovely members or subscribers, hey y'all, how y'all doing? Baby, let's do it. So, all the men meet at Tommy's Lounge, okay? Here come Justin strutting in, and the men like, who that? Who that? Who that? Oh, that's Justin, okay? This is the first time that all the men get to meet Justin. LaRon said that he's not bothered because he's not going to take his girl. Okay, LaRon. Okay. So Tommy tells them that Laylene left the process, and Chaz is a little hurt by that because you remember that was one of his connections, someone who he was really feeling and vibing with. So now he's down a person. So of course he's gonna feel some type of way. But he said as long as she do what's best for her, he's supporting. Tommy said it's time to see what these women look like in bed. And I was like, what? Okay. Not in bed like that, but what they look like going to bed, okay? It's a pajama jam. So everybody's going to come in a nice little satin pajamas and cute little lingerie or whatever the case may be. So everybody can get a chance to see what it feels like to be going to bed next to this person. He tells them that he wants them to work on intimacy and chemistry. And he also has to let these men know, don't show up in your drawers. And I feel like it was fair. It was fair because I really feel like maybe 1 or 2 probably would have showed up in their drawers. I'm just saying, okay? But before they go to the pajama jam, Dominique wants to go on a one-on-one date with Alexis, okay? I'm glad I got to see Dom this week because we didn't get to see him at all. It's like he's been ghost for the last 3 episodes or whatever. So Alexis says she feels like she could be herself around Dom. Dom talks about how he's a shower, okay? He's not really big on words of affirmation. Like, he doesn't really go into the I love you, and he doesn't really do the, I care for you type of situation. But he's going to show you through actions. And I was told that actions always speak louder than words. Because if it ain't one thing I hate, it's empty promises, okay? I'd rather you just go ahead and show me things than tell me you want to do things and not do them. But I want to tell you, Dominique, every person wants to hear I love you, okay? So you need to work on words of affirmation. I mean, you ain't got to be like doing it all the time. But yes, it is important in relationship, okay? They are at the stretch lab, so they're being stretched out, okay? And I think it's so funny watching this grown man getting stretched. Like, I know he felt as awkward as I felt watching it. So Lon and Vanessa go on a one-on-one date. And they go paddleboard and they like doing yoga. When I tell you it was hilarious seeing LaRon get on that daggone paddleboard, trying to get out there in that water, laying on that board in that full-blown t-shirt. I'm like, what about a tank top or something? Why you gotta have your full-blown t-shirt with the design on and everything? Like, sir, he wasn't ready. He was not ready, okay? Seeing him try to balance himself on that board is hilarious to me. But the catch is, not only did LaRon fall, Vanessa fell too. She said, it's not the same on the board. No, girl, it's definitely not. But overall, I think it was hilarious. And I guess it's one of those like little icebreakers. So I was here for that. When they sit down and they start talking, Vanessa brings up how she heard he's a party boy. And he said he don't know why the ladies is running around with this narrative. I was like, you don't know? Honestly, LaRon, you don't know. Because if I remember when you first got here, you was in the bathroom with your friends twerking. Remember the girls and you twerking in the mirror? And then you was like, yeah, you a party boy that you go out from Wednesday to Sunday. So I'm not understanding why you think the women are running with the narrative that you put out there. It only makes sense. It definitely only makes sense. He says that, he doesn't really go out all the time. He's single. He works from home, so he likes to go out and socialize. That's not how you made it seem, though, sir. You definitely made it seem like you was outside and getting it, okay? Riding around and getting it. Anyway, Vanessa feels as though their lifestyle doesn't align. Like, I don't want you to have to change who you are for me. But he says that he thinks that she's going to poison everyone's perception of him. And I'm like, you think Vanessa's the one running with this? Just because she doesn't want to be bothered with you? She's not poisoning anyone. Everyone has always said that she was a party boy. And Koshia is the only one who kind of gets what you trying to get us to get, okay? That it's like, you a single man, you could go out and do what you want to do, because and get it out your system now, so that way when you get in a committed relationship, you settle down. Koshia gets that. The other women don't. But it does not change the narrative that you are a party boy. They get to the pajama jam, okay? Now, everybody's in the pajamas and things of that nature. I'm glad that the women kept it cute, okay? And didn't do too much. You know, too much like with lingerie and things like that. Some cute little pajama sets. I liked it, okay? Now, Alonzo, baby, I get it. I get it. You got the locks, okay? So you got to keep it covered up. I get it. But the bonnet, sir, the bonnet, you was better off with the scarf. Something about the bonnet I just didn't like on you. I'm just saying, okay? But that's how you go to bed, so I guess the women need to see you in your natural form. Jonathan tells Alexis, like, I like you. And I could stay here all night with you, okay? And he's complimenting her, and he's being very, very sweet. Jonathan's totally different with Alexis than he is with most of the women. And that's because he don't like them. I like to see this side of him. I wish he was more open to the other women so that they can see this side of him. Then maybe he'll have a wider chance to find the love on the show. But he's very, very, I want to say, I feel like he has a type. And you could tell his type. And it's obviously not a certain group of women, because he pays them no type of attention. Now, Alexis said that he's very calm and he's reserved and she wants to see him, you know, let loose a little bit. I said, oh, girl, you about to see him let loose, all right? Be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you ask for. So Dominique and Mika are catching up and they're really sitting there talking. Now, remember, Dominique and Mika had a connection. Remember, I was like, oh, they look like they could really be something. But he said that his past relationships didn't work because he wasn't always ready. And his all has never been enough. And I could get that because sometimes people could give their all and it's not enough. Like, it sounds like he was still out here doing what he wanted to do and not really being considerate of the other person in that relationship. She asked him, so like, are you ready now? And he was like, yeah. He says he's at the point where he doesn't even, you know, date or entertain a person if he doesn't see a future with them. So as they're sitting down talking, she asks him, like, do you want kids? And he's like, of course he wants kids. Now, Mika is hell-bent on letting these men know from the gate, I don't want no more kids. And I don't blame her because we have to be honest with ourselves in order to be happy and have a healthy relationship. But I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, girl, so who you gonna have? Because most of all these men want children. So who are you going to end up with? Because Dom was your strongest connection, and now that's off the table. He said he likes her, he wants to get to know her, but in a friendship way, because obviously they can't be romantic because he wants children. So it seems at this point, Mika may just be going home off the strength of she don't want no kids. Because she is talking to Justin and she let him know that she told everybody that she thinks he's cute and he seems like a good guy. She said she's going to have to feed him a little bit so he could put a little weight on, okay? He need to be at least like 200 and something pounds. And I was like, that's why she liked LaRon. No shade. No shade, okay? But I get it now, okay? She like men with a little bit of meat on their bones. I get it, okay? And then speaking of LaRon's on the sideline trying to figure out what's going on with Koshia, because he's like, she hasn't really been talking to me. I feel like she made a decision not to mess with me no more. It's like she don't like me. And she's working the room, honey. She's over here smiling at this person's face, making this person play, saying hi to this person, living her best life while LaRon's sitting over there looking like, what I do? What I do? Tommy comes out, he's like, Chaz, you look comfortable, but not like you about to go to sleep. And I'm like, Chaz, something about Chaz says I have to be proper all the time. Because, boy, you could have came in there and got some cute little pajamas. What's up with the two-piece, okay? A t-shirt and some shorts. No, jazz it up a little bit, okay? Make the women think that you go to bed looking cute. Okay, the way y'all want the girls to go. Y'all want us to put on, you know, the cute little lingerie and everything. And you want to walk around in your little t-shirt and shorts. I want to see so I creep. Yeah, let's keep it on the down low. I want some of that action, okay? So Tommy reminds the men that they have the power this week. So go ahead, mix and mingle, because one of them is going home in their pajamas. I said, well, damn. That has to suck. Everybody looking around like, tonight? Yes, y'all, tonight. And I'm sitting here as I'm watching the party, as I'm watching the pajama jam, you know, go along. We went from day to night. How long was they jamming? How long was the jam? Because, baby, I would have been tired. It's time for me to go to bed. Y'all not going to have me all day out here in these pajamas drinking all day and night. And I got to go home. Because at this point, it's definitely looking like it's a good 9 o'clock outside. Definitely. William and Mika make it very clear that they don't have a romantic connection. They cool. It is what it is, okay? Rashina is talking to Willie and she asked him how he been doing. He said that he got some ops who said he was sleeping on the floor. Okay, so now Willie's on a mission. He's going around to all the women saying that someone said he slept on the floor, and whoever gave him the reaction that he's looking for, he know it's them. Okay, so when he's talking to Patrice, Patrice was like, but you did say that you were sleeping on the floor. And he was like, no, that was a misunderstanding. She was like, maybe I misunderstand it. And I'm like, how do you misunderstand I'm grabbing my covers to sleep on the floor? I don't know. And y'all, for the life of me. Now, I don't believe that the man is homeless or anything like that. Maybe he's at one of his showings. Maybe he's getting things together. Maybe he was like camping out. I don't know. Maybe he didn't want to drive home. Not for me to decide, okay? But what I am saying is, how do we misinterpret you grabbing covers to sleep on the floor? Because she was very, very clear on what she heard. I don't know. Maybe something missing. But what you're not about to do, Willie, is sit here and lie to us and make us believe that you're a multimillionaire. Not gonna believe it. For reasons like multimillionaires don't have troubles finding women, so they're not gonna be on Ready to Love. That's the main reason. As many girls out here with a sprinkle, they'll snatch you up in a minute and do everything that you want if you was a multimillionaire, sir. So something's telling me that you're lying. You may be exaggerating a little bit. I'm not gonna say you broke. But multi-millionaire, it's not giving that. It's not giving that, okay? Okay. William is really liking Maya, okay? They are like vibing. They taking the little pictures, but it's dark outside, so they can't get a good one. And I'm sitting here thinking like, if y'all gonna have a photo booth outside at the nighttime, why don't nobody got a light? They didn't plan this out properly. Couldn't have. Didn't think about it. So then when Mika started talking to Justin, I said, oh, okay, so maybe she'll have Justin. Because Justin made up his mind that, kids might not be in the cards for him. And Mika is like, yes, I finally got somebody, anybody. And if I could hold on to this somebody, then maybe I could stay around. Because I don't think she really sees it for Justin. But because he's the only one who's at peace with probably not having kids, which I also feel is not true. Something about Justin, him being a teacher, a PE teacher, things like that, just makes me believe he's just saying that so he can keep his options open. But I really deep down believe that he wants children. But he also said he don't mind playing a stepdad, okay? He said, I'll be a stepdad. So he don't mind dating a woman with children. Now, if that will fill his void, then I could get it. But if that's not going to fill his void of having his own children, he's not going to ever be happy if he settles for someone who doesn't want children. So LaRon comes to get Koshia because he feel like she playing with him. So when they sit down, he's telling her like, you haven't really been texting me. You've been really mysterious and stuff like that. And she said, and I have, okay? And he's like, I'm seeing you smiling other dudes' faces. I feel like you playing. Because like we were locked in and then you just started moving funny. And she was like, give me your hand. And he was like, no, I don't want to touch you. And I was like, oh, he really feels some type of way. That man feelings is her. He must have really was liking her, okay? And she was like, well, I feel as though we can't really like be locked in like that because it's a process and you need to be able to do the process the way you need to, and I need to be able to do the process I need to, so that it's fair and that we can really experience everything that we're supposed to experience. Now I can understand that, I get that, but why are you like ghosting him? Why are you acting funny? If he's still a connection, you don't have to act like he's not a connection just to connect with other people. So Koshia, I'm a little confused on what's the plan. What was the end goal in that whole situation? Because if you start neglecting him and not entertaining him anymore, then of course he's going to go find someone else. But then Maya comes out and Maya's like, LaRon, I got a bone to pick with you. I got a bone to pick with you. You called me greedy. You called me greedy. You said I was fat. He was like, I ain't say you was fat. Now I said you may have a fatty, but I ain't say you was fat. And I'm just sitting here like, okay, now you was doing a lot. You was doing a lot, LaRon. And then not only that, he got up and he went over to Maya, put his arms around her like in a bear hug, like, stop it. Don't say that. Because she said he was a party boy. And you know he wants to spin the narrative that he's not a party boy. But my thing is, it was low-key disrespectful. And I feel like a part of him did that to get under Koshia's skin. But she didn't react the way that we expected her to react, because we expected her to be like, you know, get a little rowdy and be a little ratchet or whatever. But she's tapped into that other side, okay? She tapped into the tears, okay? Because she said that and she was like, I can't do this. Like, I don't understand. And I was like, ain't no way you can have me sitting here crying over LaRon. Nope, ain't no way. But she was in her feelings. And when they were sitting down talking, she was like, I'm just going to take it, okay? I'm just going to take it. You're right. And you're talking at me. And I'm just sitting here like, woo, child, she is laying it on thick. Thick, okay? Like Serena Williams thick, okay? And this is why I'm sitting here confused, because Lauren, you just was saying how you was upset with her, was smiling in other dudes' faces and things like that, but then you turn around and do the same thing. So if you ask me, both of y'all is doing this wrong. Both of y'all doing this wrong. So, because she is telling Chaz, like, this, I'm arguing with a child. I can't do this. So Lauren gets up and walk away, and Chaz like, don't walk away. He's like, she'll find me when she's ready. And I'm just like, And she was like, this is just too much. And he was like, I don't give a damn. And I'm sitting here like, what in the world is happening? What kind of connection did y'all have that the tension is this high? Okay, so when Chaz goes out to talk to LaRon, he tries to tell him, like, you're being dismissive. And I say he is being very dismissive because he's in his feelings. He said, I'm not being dismissive. I'm listening, but it's all BS. So I'm dismissing the BS. No, sir, you're listening to respond. You're not actually listening to her. Because if you was actually listening to her, you would have sat there and finished out the conversation. But instead, you tried to play in her face and then turn around and act like you didn't understand why she was upset when you was just over there hugging all on Maya. Come on, let's not play these games. We both know what's going on, okay? And then Willie's on the side like he chose the wrong one to play with. She gonna go lie and blow things out of proportion. Now I'm sitting here like, lie about what? What is Koshia about to go lie about and blow out of proportion? I felt like that was weird. That was a weird statement to make, because, like, what's really going on? And I think that it has something to do with Alexis, because y'all know Alexis be gossiping, and she probably was over there gossiping to daggone Willie, telling him this, that, and the other about Koshia and what happened in the ladies' lounge, and now he got a narrative that he's running with. Justin had to add his 2 cents in, because Justin was like, if she's crying like that, she must really be into you. I don't know, Justin. I don't know what's happening. I really don't. I really don't know, okay? But if she crying like that, we just gonna have to believe that she's really into him. That's what we're gonna have to do. Dominique decides that they're going to play a game, and the game is called Truth or Sexy. Okay, so the rules is you pick truth. Of course, you tell the truth, okay? And if you pick something sexy, you got to do or say something sexy, okay? So Chaz picked Patrice. Patrice was like, I'm picking truth because y'all not about to have me out here doing things unusual. I said, I know that's right, okay? So he grabs her hand, and he's like, come here. Okay, he sits her down, and he gets down, and he says, who you think is the sexiest man here? And she was like, you, Chazzy. And then she was in the confession like, I think all the women would agree that Chazzy is the sexiest. And some of the men. I said, child, did you meet the men? All the men are full of themselves, okay? You let them tell it. They all the sexiest. So then Dom asked Koshia, is it true that LaRon is the Dom? And I was like the Queen Dom? Like Karen? Like Karen from Housewives? And he was like her top connection. And she was like, yes. And I was like, what is happening with LaRon and Koshia, y'all? This is the most confusing couple or not couple I've seen so far, okay? LaRon's like, I don't believe it. I said, I don't know what to believe, okay? So Maya picks sexy, and they tell her to throw that thing in a circle, okay? Twerk it out for a real one, okay? With your least connection. I said, what kind of sense does that make? I'm not about to be throwing that thing in a circle for my least connection. But she goes over to Justin, and she do her little dancey dance, and Justin was like, toast to that, okay? He had to toast to the booty, okay? Because he was like, if she'll do that for her least connection, I wonder what she would do for the real connection. I was like, that's what I was trying to see. But y'all picking the wrong stuff. So Maya tells Willie to kiss the feet of his strongest connection. And Jonathan like, if you don't want to do it, I'll do it. I'll do it. If you don't want to do it, trust me, I will do it. And we know that Jonathan loved him some feet. What he wanted to do was go ahead and suckle some toes, okay? He wanted the opportunity to suckle some toes, but this wasn't the time, place for that, okay, Jonathan? So Willie goes over to Alexis, and he kisses the foot with the Band-Aid. And I was like, this don't make no sense. Like, sir, switch foots. Jonathan sitting there mad because he didn't even kiss the foot. He kissed his hand and put it on the foot. I was willing to suck the toes. He didn't say he was willing to suck the toes, but we know he was willing to suck the toes, okay? So then they say, Jonathan, pick your strongest connection and whisper something sweet in her ear. He goes over to Alexis. Now, y'all, he pulls Alexis on top of him, makes her put her legs around him, and she's like, trying to stop it, but she eventually goes forward, and he got his hands all in her hair, and he's like, I'm like, is he kissing her? Is he whispering sweet nothings? What's happening? It was very uncomfortable. But Alexis, you found out, didn't you, sis? You found out that half of what Koshia was saying was truth, right? Because you was the one like, they know who not to try. Baby, he just tried you in a room full of people. A room full of people. So much so that the other men had to come get you off of him because they felt just as uncomfortable as we felt watching it and you felt doing it. But I bet you don't want to call it out because it's pick me. Y'all don't want to hear me when I be trying to tell y'all, but I ain't going to argue with y'all. Y'all take it how y'all want to take it, okay? Thank God Tommy showed up at this point because I was sitting here like, this is about to get raunchy. Or I don't even think it was about to get raunchy. I think they probably would have started arguing because what the F was that, Jonathan? What the F was that? So Tommy comes in and it's time to deliberate. So Tommy asked him, like, who your top connection? Jonathan couldn't wait. He was putting a hand up in the air and he had to say it's Alexis, okay? And Willie said, that's crazy because you pretty much just tried to pretty Ricky her. And I'm like, exactly. That's how you show someone that you really like them, by pulling them on you and straddling you and putting your hands all through their hair in front of a group of people, making them feel uncomfortable and awkward. But okay, sir, go off. Will says Alexis. Dom says Alexis. Chad says Vanessa. Alonzo says Patrice. William says Maya. Justin says Mika. LaRon says Koshia. He said they not perfect, but it's real. Tommy said, you felt something, didn't you? He said, yeah, I felt something. I said, y'all, that daggone LaRon and Koshia is going to work my nerve this whole season, okay? So then Tommy was like, all right, so who y'all think not ready to love? So Chad says Mika. William says Mika. Jonathan says Mika. Justin says Vanessa. LaRon says Alexis. Willie said, I know you effing lied, okay? Dom says Koshia. Willie says Koshia. Alonzo says Koshia. So we pretty much got down to the fact that it's Mika and Koshia at the bottom, okay? So they go out to do the eliminations and they pick Willie to do them. So as soon as Koshia seen Willie, she said, I figured they'd send the one with the fake ass chain to do the fake ass elimination. I said, oh child, not the fake chain, Mr. Multimillionaire. But anyway, he told Mika that the guys get the homie vibes, and she was like, that's a lie. I don't believe they said that. He made that up. I was like, no, they said that, girl. They kind of definitely did say that. And it's because you don't want no children. Ain't no point in putting you in a romantic zone if we're not going to do the romance to get what we need out of it, okay? But then in the middle of the time, it was like, hold on now, hold on. So something makes me believe that no one's getting eliminated. I feel like the women, I feel like they're not going to eliminate a woman this time because they lean left, and I think they want to keep it even, which is why they brought in Justin. So something's telling me that Mika and Koshia will make it to see another day. But if I had to pick one to go home, it definitely has to be Mika because Justin, her connection with Justin is just not strong enough for her to stay. But we just going to have to see how this all plays out. And that was Ready to Love. You see, you play childish game, you get childish results, Alexis. You sat there and told that woman that because, you know, she was smiling in men's faces, that's the reason why they was coming on to her sexual. What's the reason he came on to you sexual then? Just asking. Just trying to figure it out. But anyway, y'all, go ahead. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about this episode. How you feel about everything that went down. Don't forget to like the video. Sharing is caring, okay? We need to get these subscribers up, so make sure you share. Get some more people in here. And press that subscribe button if you did not already subscribe. And double check to make sure you still subscribe. With all that being said, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.